So this idea came to me while I was just kind of... this idea just popped up in my head, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this a video. And what are we going to be talking about? Well, we're going to be talking about not so much the news of the new Jurassic Park movie. We already talked about JP7 and how the release date is... like, Universal is dead set on having this released on June 2nd. Although, now that Jason Leitch had... I mean, not David Leitch... Yeah, David Leitch, excuse me. David Leitch has stepped away from the project. The search is now on, and I'm convinced they'll probably move the filming project maybe a couple months, if not maybe a year. I'm not holding my breath on that release date, but you never know. Anyway, so one of the things that a lot of people have talked about is that one of the major things about this project is that they want to have a new big dinosaur to have, and it's probably not going to be a hybrid, and we probably won't see Rexy again, even though yes, the T-Rex is kind of a big deal in the project. It's the face of the franchise, but we've done Tyrannosaurus, Spinosaurus, Giganotosaurus, and we've done, Velociraptor to death. We've done those ones enough. So people are sometimes are kind of questioning, is there any dinosaurs left? Are there any major dinosaurs that we, predatory carnivores that we can use in Jurassic Park? We've used all of them. We've used Baryonyx, Allosaurus, Carnotaurus. We've used all of them. To which I say, no, you haven't. Because the thing of it is that there are a lot more dinosaurs than you can imagine. And there's a lot more carnivorous dinosaurs than you could ever think of. That's the thing I think a lot of people don't haven't really grasped yet, is that we think, most people assume that, dinosaur, we've used every dinosaur in the Jurassic Park franchise. That's what a lot of people think, is that we have used every dinosaur in the franchise. But the thing of it is, we haven't. We in no way have, the Jurassic Park franchise has not even come close to using the many carnivores in the Jurassic franchise. So, let's kind of talk about that. Okay? So, I'm going to list off some large carnivores and even some other carnivores that haven't really gotten the spotlight, or not at all, in the JP franchise that I would love to see in JP7, in JP7. So let's go through it. Now, the first few I'm going to talk about have kind of gotten some recognition in the Jurassic Park franchise, but they've been kind of relegated to the back of the bus, shall we say, and have really only made any importance in Camp Cretaceous, as well as maybe even the Jurassic Park video, JP Evolution. So let's talk about the first one. The first one, I think, could be the new face of the franchise for this new film, is Tarbosaurus. Tarbosaurus, for those who don't know, Tarbosaurus was a large carnivore that was a part of the Tyrannosaur family, and was roughly almost the same size as T-Rex. Not as, but almost as big. They existed in what would be known as Korea and Mongolia, and hunted Therizinosaurus. They were large carnivores, and we have seen them, we have seen one of them in the Camp Cretaceous, although that one, the canon is kind of up in the air, in the Camp Cretaceous Choose Your Own Adventure, where it did look a little too much. It just looked like a more goofier version of Rexy, I will admit. But the Tarbosaurus would be really cool, and again, there are, one of the things I'm going to bring up a lot are members of the Tyrannosaur family. There are multiple... Sorry about that. Anyway, so, where was I? Yeah. So Tarbosaurus has made an appearance in the Camp Cretaceous Choose Your Own Adventure stories, but they never, and also in Jurassic Park Evolution, but that was really it. So nothing really concrete canon, so to speak. So it'd be kind of cool to do the Tarbosaurus and not make it look like T-Rex light as it is in the Jurassic World designs that they have. So it would kind of be cool. And that's the other thing. We have the whole family of Tyrannosaurs are viable replacements for a new big carnivore. You've got Daspletosaurus. You've got Daspletosaurus. Albertosaurus. Yeah, the list goes on. I could go on, but those are the other ones I really want to mention. Another major carnivore, if we're going to talk about big carnivores, we might as well talk about another one who is big in his own right, and that's Carcharodontosaurus. Carcharodontosaurus has made appearances in like the JP games, but nothing too official. Carcharodontosaurus was arguably the third or fourth largest predator, and shared space with Spinosaurus. These guys were, why they're called Carcharodontosaurus is because of their teeth. It's very shark-like. They easily could fill that role that the T-Rex, the Spino, and the Giga had for giant predators in this series. So I could easily see and I know some people have already said like the Carcharodontosaurus could work. The only thing that's keeping it is that I don't think like marketing would be like, that name is way too hard to spell, we're not going to use Carcharodontosaurus, because people are just going to call it the Carchar. But I think Carcharodontosaurus would be really cool. If you don't want to use that Carcharodontid, another one I would say is Acrocanthosaurus. Acrocanthosaurus he's not as big as the other major carnivores, but what he lacks in size, he is big. Acrocanthosaurus is a big dinosaur, but it's nothing it is pretty big, but it's not on the same massive size like Rex or the others. But Acrocanthosaurus is called the high spine lizard. It has a very striking image. It's got this high back spine to it. Not like a frill or a sail like Spinosaurus, but these guys were specialized in hunting sauropods and were medium-sized predators. And that's something I think this Jurassic Park should look at, is that while I'm mentioning all these like major large carnivores, the real thing that they should also take a look at is predators that are medium-sized to small, like a more medium-sized carnivore. And because realistically, those would be the predators if we shared space with these, dinosaurs, which I hope that's what they'll be talking about in this movie, is that the main thing is that realistically, these giant carnivores like T-Rex and Giga and all them, they wouldn't eat us unless they had to, or we were on their territory and they just kill us out of territorial dispute. Humans don't have the calories that those large predators need, but predators like the Carno or the Ceratosaurus and others, and even especially raptors and medium-sized predators, those would be the ones that we'd watch out for the most. So we have used Carnotaurus a lot, so maybe a Bellisaurus, which was the part of the genus that Carnotaurus was a part of. I would also say maybe like a few other predators that come to mind are like, there's another called let's actually use like a mega. It'd be kind of cool if they used Megaraptor. Now Megaraptors aren't like raptors. They aren't like Velociraptor. In fact, they were thought to be a raptor, but their own species now. So Megaraptor would be pretty cool, but they'd probably make it knowing this franchise, they probably make it more raptor-like and try to make it explain that it's a hybrid. So yeah, it might be for the worst. But if you don't want to use them, you could use scientifically accurate Utah raptor, and you can make. And yes, I know the argument that but they're already the Velociraptors are Utah raptors. Not really. They were never called that. So you might as well use scientifically accurate Utah raptor, which is 9 feet long, not almost a ton, and covered in feathers, and actually showcase that feathered dinosaurs are scary. Yes, I know they used Pyroraptor, but that shit the bed hard. So Utah raptor would be pretty cool. I would also say, and this is one I think would be really cool, maybe it's time to use a prehistoric mammal. We did get a Smilodon for a blink and you miss it moment in Camp Cretaceous, but I'd like to see that used again. I would like to see prehistoric mammals used again, and maybe that's what they could kind of build towards, is using mixing dinosaurs with mammals. again, scientifically speaking, it's more likely to bring back mammals, because we have DNA that's connecting to these prehistoric animals, than it is with dinosaurs. Even though, yes, Jack Horner is trying to make a dinosaur with a chicken egg, because we didn't learn any goddamn sense from 6 movies. Anyway, so those are just a few. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what dinosaurs would you like to see? What big dinosaur, or like big predator, like big bad, would you like to see in Jurassic Park, in Jurassic Park 7 or Jurassic World 7 or whatever the fuck they're going to call it? Anyway, so just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.